Why we are here today is because it's a special occasion this year for Green Building Council of Sri Lanka. As we know, it's the 15th anniversary and, of course, the 14th year of awards. And we have a very proud history. And also, I want to just rewind and go back our roots and where we started, and it's a humble beginnings of Green Building Council of Sri Lanka. I remember having a chat with uh, engineer Shiromal, and welcome, he's here with me today, and also had to acknowledge Mr. Lionel. For three of us just met and just discussed what we can do. And in fact, the World Green Building Council sessions I have attended before because I was with the Australian Green Building Council as well. The pioneers of Green Building Council movement, world movement. There are four or five countries: US, UK, Australia, and India joined later. But I had the opportunity to be part of the Australian group, attending some of these World Green Building Council movements, and being actually we are Sri Lankans as well, and I always acknowledge my beginnings, having free education here and all that. And so I always wanted to come here and do something here. And actually, Mr. Shiromal and myself, we have been friends for a long time. And Mr. Lionel I had met before also. So the three of us just met there, and we just thought, when we talked about the World Green Building Council, why not we start something here? And there was a real need for that. And we know the sustainability is very big now. Everyone talks about sustainability in the world, even from children to the elderly to the construction industry to every other industry, they talk about sustainability. However, at that time, sustainability was not a major thing. Although I had to mention Sri Lanka, if you think of the first hotel in the world having the accepted lead rating at that time, American rating, was the Kandalam Hotel. So we had a proud history in sustainability like that. So we had some history, but there was no organized structure and we were not part of any councils. So this meeting we had in 2009 in the Golf Face Hotel. We call it a famous meeting where, in fact, three of us organized, myself, Shomal, and Lionel organized that. And also, I had to acknowledge few people, those who have passed away, Mr. Vasant Jayasinghe. In fact, he is the one really help us to get some sponsorship for the event. And so we had, as I mentioned earlier, we had humble beginnings, and there was a real need because in that time, the sustainability was not really in the radar, and people were not, in fact, didn't know or sometimes not interested too much. So we formed the council at a very important time. And when we started the council, we thought we had to bring people together. It's no point just engineers or architects just forming the council. So we are quite fortunate. I remember Mr. Shomal, I think, gave me the list there to really just contact the best in Sri Lanka at that time, the most active. And that I'm very proud to say we could contact people like the architect Jayanta Pera, who is the present president, Professor Ranjit, who chairman, present chairman Jayanta Pereira, the former chairman, Professor Ranjit, also attended those golf face sessions. And we managed to bring, this is the one which managed to bring, even to this date, different disciplines all together. We have engineers, we have architects, we have quantity surveys, even engineering, we have not just the structural, we have the mechanical, the building services engineers, and also town planners, even the construction companies. So it is really a combination. It's not just other disciplines, there are associations. For every discipline, there are particular associations. But the feature of Green Building Council is it's a combination, it's a collaboration, we call it, of different disciplines. So we are very proud of that collaboration, and we have some very highly qualified directors still. Some of them were founding directors. Still, they put their names and they are here. And also, we had actually, I remember having the vice chancellor of Morato University as well. Like that, we had directors like that, and directors actually, in fact, every 2 years if people want to change. So it's itself is sustainable. So carrying for 15 years and having the Green Building Council, we had to apply specially to get the word Sri Lanka. We were given from the government level as well. The Green Building Council of Sri Lanka, it's a special privilege we had. Only other thing I want to mention this stage is that I had to acknowledge Australia Green Building Council supported us there, and when we had in fact, even World Green Building Council meetings, they talked about the Sri Lanka Council. So we were quite fortunate to have that close connection with the council. And since then, the India Council was very helpful to us. Mr. Raghupati, I have to mention a name, my good friend. I brought him here, and he started the India Green Building Council, and we had Sri Lanka India forums to other things. Just before I hand over to Mr. Shiromal, but I want to just say that even recently, a few months back, I had a chance to attend the APEC group meetings in Asia, in Singapore. That is a Asia Pacific group of green building councils. And we are actually well known. We are a very active council. So we heard from different councils in Asia Pacific what they are doing. But we are a very efficient, productive council doing a lot of work compared to many other green building councils around in this region. And so that way we all had to be very proud. And I just want to invite Mr. Sharma to say a few things. As I said, you helped me when you gave me the list of people to contact, the best in Sri Lanka. And that group is still it's a vital group.
Thank you, Professor. Your initiative in 2009 was a great initiative, and it was very appropriate at that time, because most of the council wanted to do something with respect to sustainability. So the good thing that you did is basically getting all the without having several councils in different professions, like engineering council for green or architectural council for green or something like that. But because of that initiative, we were able to have one council talking about sustainability, including all the professions in the building sector together. So, and I can remember you put your own funds for the golf phase first session, and then we also supported you. And I can remember you saying that I called me and Lionel and told that you all have to run this show because I am not there. I have to go to US, but in Sri Lanka you have to lead the council. So, and I can remember you saying you have to do the rating system, and so rating system at that time, our knowledge about sustainability or the rating systems were very poor. So I had to look at what are the systems that are already in Sri Lanka. Fortunately, we found that some University of Morato Building Economics Department has been doing some work on rating tools, studied about it, and then we also noticed that Sustainability Energy Authority has been also doing some work on sustainability. And also we looked at all the international standards, Green Lead US, and also we looked at BREEAM, the UK rating tool, and also we looked at many other rating tools like Indian lead rating tool, and also Green Mark in Singapore. And basically we had looked at many green rating tools. And the first thing that I did was got all the professionals in a technical group, and with the blessings of Professor Mendes, and we have to come up to a consensus to what kind of a rating tool that we need to look at, because it's very important that whatever the tool that we standard that we do, first we have to have a consensus or acceptance among our professionals. So and also we have to have a international recognition also. So the mainly what we did was uh, the first rating tool for to rate buildings was the BREEAM rating tool produced by you in UK, but the lead was more popular. And at that time in Sri Lanka, we had many buildings. All the owners wanted to go for lead. So, and if you look at India, they have even copied the lead one to one and call lead India. And disadvantage of that is we have to give say put a royalty fee for the council, US council. So avoid that. What we wanted, we did was to have our own rating tool. So what we did was, since lead is the most popular tool, we focused uh, on the lead submission. Sometimes now, say for instance, when a person want to rate his building, or later he wanted to go on the lead line, so get a lead certificate. Therefore, we thought best thing is to follow the lead certification process and align our rating tool to uh, with the leads, and also basically we add two more chapters. We got a management chapter from Australian standards, and also um, we got our own social and environmental chapter produced by our own professionals or the team. Especially, I have to mention Professor Janaka Vijayasundara, who was instrumental in writing that, because social aspect is very important in sustainability. We got all these rating tools, and then in 2010, by 2010, we somehow got this document ready and published in 2010. I'm not really thankful to the team that was in this team, because everybody, different people was pushing this side, that side, but I was able to control them, and then get a consensus between the team to agree to a particular model, and then we somehow got together. In that time, even uh, when we produced our document to the World Green Building Council, we were the youngest member, emerging member of the council, and which had the rating tool to build building. So we were very proud. Even India didn't have a rating tool; they just copied from the leads called Lead India, and and uh, and the other thing is, even Germany, the rich countries like Germany, didn't have a rating tool. So we were very proud that we had a rating tool from the day one. So now, currently, it is the most popular rating tool. We are very proud about that, and uh, we have rated more than uh, 1 million square meters during the last 15 years. So we are really, it's a very good thing actually, the uh, forming this council and forming the rating tool to suit our climate, because basically we just cannot copy a rating tool from another country, because our climate, our issues are different to the other countries. Therefore, we cannot. That is why we have to have our own rating tool.
Thank you, Mr. Shomar, because I think we started in about, if you think of the history, 2009 November, and you had got a team together, and about, I'm just reading from the milestones here, by 2010 August, you had you had
Rating,
done the rating.
rating
I don't know how you did all this in a year,
Yeah.
and we had a very quick start. That really was a huge milestone. In this case, actually, so really, I know you had a good team, but your leadership was vital for that. And since then, there are other rating tools. It's like this basic one,
Yeah.
first one, and then there were other ones.
Yeah. Now after
Even
that,
even green schools and all that
yeah.
too.
So now the rating committee has developed many tools like for hotels, for houses, for warehouses like factories. Many rating tools are there and it developed by younger people. But this is the basic thing, and we have a rating committee which is focusing on the basic principles. And we had a couple of versions. Now it is 2022 version. 22 we put this version 2.1. So that is the latest version, and it will be evolving, and that's a research committee, and it is accepted by the university dons and the researchers in the country. They also teach this in almost all the universities. That's a very good thing. And all we also conduct professional courses. I think this is 50 50th course. I think we completed very recently, and it is we have trained more than about 10,000 green building professionals in the country. So this is a very good thing that we did. I mean, we are very proud that we have taken that initiative from the beginning of this council.
Actually, when you think of it's only 15 years, and
Yeah.
we are there. And actually, I've just read from some of these milestones. Amazing that I know there are many people on the way helped and been directors to again the staff we had to acknowledge. I know even now very efficient staff like with people like Chamodi to others in the Green Building Council, and again the number of directors are also working hard. So it's a amazing journey, as I said. But looking at some of these milestones, Mr. Umal, you may remember as well. I think because you were in the Green Rating Committee. I think it was just talking about history there, but I think then there was another committee which approved the ratings.
Yeah.
Mr.
Correct.
Lochana was leading it,
Yeah.
if I
So
remember correctly.
basically, now we have a director board, but we have there is a accreditation board to accredit it's different to the council. So council board, and the accreditation board is the board that evaluates the buildings that submissions. And so basically it's an independent body. So Dr. Lochan is heading that team, and it is independently done. It is well respected individuals who are monitoring, and there's a wide acceptance by the industry and the building professionals and the owners about our rating tool. Now, according to the government initiative, it's what we after that what we did was we tried to promote our rating tool to the government. We first had I think it's Mr. Lionel was very instrumental in establishing these connections. In fact, he is the one who talked to the then Minister of Health. To get this name, Green Building Council of Sri Lanka. That's very important. And then we went to at that time called ICTAD, the main body of in the building industry. Now we call SIDA, and then we discussed and we got MoUs with those councils, and then tried to penetrate penetrate the document to the legislation. We discussed with the housing ministry. We discussed with the environmental ministry. We had a lot of events with those ministries to promote sustainability, and then make it awareness. We did a lot of work, and now with that initiative, the government has declared all the government buildings should be green rated, gold status, and all the buildings more than 10,000 square feet has to have a green rating. So basically, what you started, Professor, in 2009 has gone a long way. Now we have more than 10,000 green building professionals. The industry is well aware about our council, and it has gone to a level, and even the World Green Building Council recognize our council as the most active council in the world.
Thank you very much, Ms. Shomar. But the reading, actually, these ratings are, I'm just reading from the milestones, but looks HNB Kalmune looks like the first was awarded, but it's again, it's a nice story where within 2 years, the first certificate was awarded. You got the rating in 1 year. Now even the certificate was awarded within a year. So reading very quickly of course, it's a brief interview today, but reading other achievements, I think you already mentioned so many achievements, but World Green Building Council, we have the affiliation and recognition. Of course, only organization in Sri Lanka to have that recognition. So that's quite vital for us to take this to the world stage. Now, Sri Lanka is always put in the big letters as one of the as you mentioned, one of the most active countries in terms of the green building movement. And there are other, you mentioned about the launch of the professional course. And I think it's one of the other achievements I'm reading here is having the labeling system. I think the green, I was reading, I think about close to 60, I think, products have the green label. So it's really, I think it's quite vital. That is really encouraging people to really use green products in the industry. I think that's also really vital. And also I'm just reading from here with the sustainability guidelines for the green schools to promote sustainable practices. Green schools are very important. Not only that, the Green Building Council is really linked to the banks and the entrepreneurship schemes. I remember the Australian government sponsoring one of the small business programs to encourage, and also US Council, Japan, China, number of councils. Actually, China, I don't think they have a formal council, but there are ways of, they will be supporting some other ways in the sustainability movement. And like that, I think we had a lot of connections and with interaction and that world recognition. Still, there are only not too many countries with green rating. So just concluding, actually, again, as you said, that this journey is not just, although we were like behind starting this one and acknowledging Mr. Shomal and also Mr. Lionel here, but then actually we had a very good set of directors started immediately after that. Once we had that the golf face meeting informally, then we had a formally formally, of course, we were registered and all that. Then after that, we made it very formal. And so that journey, we had to acknowledge many people have contributed to that, this huge success that we are celebrating on the 11th in the award ceremony is on the 11th. So in BMICH, and there are a number of actually announcements about that. Please try to come and, of course, support that event. So one last thing, what do you want to say, Mr. Shomal? How anything to conclude?
Yeah, well, basically to conclude, I think Sri Lanka is an island that is with the climate change, the sea level rise is a main risk that we have, and also recent landslides. The climate is a major problem because this is one of the strangest storms that we had, I think, 1,000 years. So it's all due to the climate change. So it's a fact. So these disasters are very frequent to countries like us, surrounded by the sea. So we have to be very, because it is not our fault either. Climate is many big players has produced a lot of carbon dioxide and sent to atmosphere for their own greed, and then we are suffering, and the climate, the temperatures has risen, and this temperature controls the wind, and it creates rain and also the floods, and droughts. So because of these issues, we are suffering, and I think the world community, people who has disturbed the climate, has to pay for that, or also compensate for that.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Amar, because I think you brought a very important point of this climate change. I think finally, this I want to also acknowledge the different governments have supported. It's really we are not like political movement, just very non-political, independent movement. But I'd also presently we had to acknowledge the government, the support from the present government. Honorable President himself has acknowledged the importance of sustainability. Also, we are getting, in fact, Energy Minister himself is coming to, we have to acknowledge that to the award ceremony as a chief guest, and also the Deputy Minister of Environment coming to the award ceremony. And so that is showing the government recognition and the support for us. So we had to acknowledge that side is also quite important for us. And there are many other distinguished guests who are industry leaders and also the government leaders to also to acknowledge the different companies. It need not be, can be small to medium sized to large companies, also industries coming and supporting, banks to construction companies to many others coming and supporting us on that day. So I think we will just conclude there. And I think we are very hopeful that 15 years, we had a very nice journey for last 15 years. And I'm sure we are doing it for future generations, these things. And I think we'll really go on. It's for sure. And it'll go strength to strength in the next so many years, because a lot of younger people are very interested in joining and having a lot of passion to be with us. So that is really driving force for us and gives us lots of motivation and to really to put our efforts to more and more to this the movement. And you mentioned about very important one to stop with climate change. If we don't do anything now, like now we are going to have the disasters as well, more disasters, as exactly Mr. Malu mentioned. We also want to acknowledge it's a very special place here and really for this type of a podcast. So we have to acknowledge the planet protectors as well for helping all that because in fact, your mission, we have heard about planet protectors. Your mission is also to protect the environment and make sure we attack the climate change. So thank you again to the team that to have helped us today.